What's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, it is a Saturday morning check-in because we've had some wild action over here in the cryptocurrency market. I put out a video about a week and a half ago titled The Line in the Sand, I believe, outlining the things that would make me start to question whether or not there's any bullish potential left in this market at all or not. Had a bunch of things that, if they started breaking, that would be kind of like the last line in the sand, and it's hard to build a case for any more bullish action in the cryptocurrency market. We haven't had all these things break, all these lines in the sand break, but we're starting to see a couple of them break, and I wanted to show them to you this morning. The first one is over here with Ethereum. Based on the examples that we have in the past, to be able to use this type of structure on top of an all-time high, that has typically been the location that does hold. We don't have any examples to go back and look on and say if it went lower than that, it was still okay and it turned up. The examples of whenever something like that happens is that if we go deeper, the next area is down there in the 800s for Ethereum. So if we're seeing that kind of laying out for Ethereum, is it giving warning shots for the rest of the market? I don't know. Bitcoin is still holding its level at this time, and it's still residing within this parallel channel that it's been within. So this hasn't broken, but Ethereum has definitely peaked its head below, or peaked its toe below where we've seen these things hold before. So is it just an extreme wick or not? I don't know. But I don't have examples to go back to look at and say, hey, if we go that deep, everything is fine. The examples I have is if we go down here, then it just kind of keeps on waddling itself down and heading back down to this level. It's still debatable on whether or not that's even the low for Ethereum. As we know, Ethereum still has yet to do any type of retrace. Is a retrace rally going to come out of this thing? Maybe. But for any type of bullish setup to say it's going to crank up much higher, the case is much harder to build now for Ethereum now that it's dipping deeper than this, and it's now taken out that low from back over there back in March of 2021. And if we use the Coinbase chart over here, we can see that it's actually peaked below there too. So that's kind of a warning shot being fired over there on Ethereum. Looking at total 3 at these setups, the remainder of the altcoin market, it's still holding up in here. But, the fact that Ethereum's given us a warning shot, something to take notice of. We also did see a warning shot over there in bonds on Friday, in which the 5-year government bond reached up to 3.26%, which is the highest we have seen since 2009. So in this environment that we're in right now, we're experiencing record-setting inflation, record-setting consumer sentiment being in the gutter, and we're now having bond yields break out on the 5-year, and we saw it happen over here on the 2-year. So we still haven't seen that happen on 10-year government bonds, but it's right up there, and if it's going to follow suit with what the 2 and the 5 have done, we're about to see highest bond yields that we've seen since the great financial crisis. Another thing that we saw on Friday was the US dollar currency index, the DXY, retracing back to its 786 Fibonacci retracement. That is normal to see that happen. However, if on Monday when this thing opens up, or really it's going to open up Sunday night, if we see this thing start to crank out of here, boom, there you go. There's another line in the sand getting crossed. So we're starting to see several of them happen. You're seeing it with the 2-year. You're seeing it with the 5-year government bonds, and we're seeing it over here with Ethereum. So my job is never to tell you what to do. I'm never going to tell you when to buy or when to sell, but I'll show you the things that I do see on the charts. And as these things are happening right here, it gets hard. These are the things that make it start to get harder and harder to say, we're going to find some support here. We're going to find some type of bounce right here. Doesn't mean we can't, but it's just really hard for me to see it at this point. And if we see Bitcoin also take out, $27,000, boom, there you go. You get kind of the whammy of all of them ending up happening. Also with XRP, this box that I have here, this red box that I have drawn, this is also that weekly level that we've never seen a candle close within ever throughout the history of the XRP price chart. This has been a support level and a resistance level dating back to 2017. The week is not over, but you can see leading up to this week, we have not been closing within that box. If this week were to close today, we would lose that level. Still holding the trend, but closing below the level. And just another thing to kind of be like, all right, these things are getting a little bit concerning out here. So right now, it's kind of like everything is kind of dipping its toe across that line right now. XRP hasn't broken its trend, but it has gotten below that level. Bitcoin still hasn't broken down from the channel that it's been within for the last 3 years. But Ethereum is starting to dip below. And Ethereum's kind of a, dictator of, the altcoin market somewhat. And is that giving a further clue for the remainder of the altcoin market? The remainder of the altcoin market is still holding. It's still within where it needs to be. still within our box. But what's happening with Ethereum right now does have me concerned. And that's why I'm jumping here on this morning saying it's getting harder. It's getting harder. There's some lines that are starting to get crossed. So we'll see how things go. But a few of the lines in the sand have been crossed. Again, we still haven't seen any retracements come in this market. You line up all the fibs here. There are a lot of interesting things here with Ethereum and the placements that it's at in here. And so really, if we want to see things kind of turn around, probably need some high volume reversal volume in here. But like I said, if I start seeing some of these lines get crossed, I'll let you know. We've seen all the examples that we have for these types of structures in here. These were the levels that have held. And at this current time, Ethereum has dipped lower than there. So wanted to show you that. So all right, guys, I'm going to get this video out really quick. Warning shots being fired over there in Ethereum. But all right, guys, I'll check in with you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you could be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.